Hello Raindrops, new subscribers and old friends, and welcome back to Government Minute. This is Mr. A reminding you I need you to take care of three things. Number one, like and share this video. Number two, subscribe to the channel. And number three, hit that notification bell so you know when our videos come out. Today is July 29th, 2024. There are just 129 days left till our presidential election, and boy, a lot has changed. Since we spoke last, Joe Biden has dropped out, has removed himself from consideration for the Democratic nomination, and Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, is considered the front runner. No one else has announced they're running, but until it's official at the convention, we don't know 100% for sure. So that should be interesting. The Democrats meeting in Chicago. Remember how nice that was in '68? So anyway, when I checked right before filming, we are at 170 subscribers. If you could please click on that subscribe button. I believe it's down here. And subscribe to this channel. And if it's not, it's down here. But whenever you see this video, it'll be down here somewhere. And you click on that subscribe button. I'd like to get to 200, please. And I know most of you watching are not subscribed. You know, YouTube has analytics, and they tell me what percentage of people are new, are returning viewers, and which are new viewers. And most of you are new viewers. So if you could please, you're new, you like this content, you're interested in this content, so please hit that subscribe button before we go any further. In case you didn't see it, last Monday's, July 22nd, last Monday's video was a real great one, I thought. It was the acceptance speech Americans would love to hear. The acceptance speech Americans would love to hear. So check that out, last Monday, July 22nd. Called the acceptance speech most Americans would love to hear, or something to that effect. As always, this video is dedicated to the glory of God who blessed this land. So the presidential election, like I said, coming up in 129 days. And so we're going to start talking about the presidency, and we'll talk about qualifications, we'll talk about term of office, all that kind of stuff. But today we're going to talk about the 8 roles a president fills. You know, a lot of countries might have a queen or a king, a monarch, who does some of the work our president does, and then they have a prime minister who does some of the work our president does. We get our money's worth, okay? We put all that stuff in one person, and we only pay them for one job. And so we have a unique situation compared to a lot of the world. And so we're going to go over the 8 roles the U.S. president plays. So let's go and let's see what we elect our presidents to do. The first role they play is Chief of State. This is the ceremonial head of government. This is the fun stuff. The first pitch of the baseball season. You get to rededicate, like Ronald Reagan did, the Statue of Liberty. You get to do all the fun ceremonial stuff of government that we have, our pomp and circumstance, and our events and things like that, where our national leader is representing all of us in our stead. The second job we elect our presidents to do is Chief Executive. This is the person who is the chief enforcer of laws. If you remember way back, one of the first lessons we did, the 3 powers all governments have. The legislative branch makes laws. The executive branch, the presidency, executes the laws. And as chief executive, that is the job to be the chief enforcer of laws in this country. Third is the chief administrator. This person is the director of the federal government. This is the top of the pyramid for all employees of the federal government. This person answers to no one but the American people as far as their job duties. And so he is top of the pyramid for the federal government. Next is Chief Diplomat, the main architect of American foreign policy. Now, he does have the Secretary of State, which carries out his policy, but the Secretary of State does not make policy. That is up to the president, and he has a Secretary of State who he picked and the Senate approved to carry out his foreign policy. Next is the Commander-in-Chief, or as we called Bill Clinton, Commander-in-Briefs. He is the head of the nation's armed forces. I don't care how many stars or bars you have on your uniform, the president outranks you. All right, so we have civilian control of the military, headed up by the president, the commander-in-chief, and assisted by the Secretary of Defense, as a cabinet position. Number 6, the chief legislator, the main architect of U.S. domestic policy. Okay, he kind of sets the agenda of Congress. He gets up in front of the American people and the Congress every January for the State of the Union address, and he says we should do this, and we should do that, and we should not do this, and we shouldn't do that. And someone in Congress from his party will introduce legislation for that to make that happen. Does it pass all the time? No. But he sets the agenda. He's the one who says we do this and this and this, and Congress reacts to that. Okay, so the chief legislator, even though he does not belong to the legislative branch of government. Number 7 is the chief of party. Insert your own Bill Clinton joke here. Chief of party, the acknowledged leader of his or her political party. Right now, Donald Trump, as the nominee, is the head of the Republican Party. Kamala Harris, as the at least obvious or the presumed Democratic nominee, will be the head of the party. Now, it's going to be a little weird because Joe Biden is apparently going to stay on and finish his term as president. And so that person is the acknowledged leader of the party, but his time is come and gone. The Democrats, a lot of the Democrats threw him under the bus. They saw the polls. They saw that the American people were not impressed, were not sure that he could do the job for another 4 years, maybe not even another 4 months. And so he's still president, but the party has moved on. And so Kamala Harris should be seen as the acknowledged leader of the party if she gets the nomination. I'm not 100% convinced she will. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. And finally, the 8th role the president has is the chief citizen of the United States. He represents the entire country, not just a state, not just a district like senators and representatives do, but he represents the entire nation. He's the only one that is elected nationwide through the Electoral College. And by the way, if you don't understand the Electoral College, please go back for my 3-part series, the Electoral College, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Check that out so you can understand what's going to happen on November 5th. So there you go, the 8 roles the president plays, the way you elect our presidents, and those are the roles he plays. And so we'll wait and see who the next president will be. It will be either a former president, Donald Trump, or a new president. Right now, possibly Kamala Harris. I'm not convinced she's going to be the nominee. We shall see what happens. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you paid attention because there will be a test on November 5th. This is Mr. A reminding you that we, the people, are the government, and don't you forget it. We'll see you next time.